This is a protein-packed dinner made entirely from plants without using any overly processed ingredients, no protein powders, or no textured protein. This chowder comes out to over 28 grams of protein per serving, so let me show you how I made it. First, we need some veg. I'm going to start with some of the basics for a mirepoix. Now we just need 2 carrots chopped, 2 stalks of celery chopped, and half of a red onion chopped. We're also going to add in about a half of a cube of ginger, minced up pretty fine, 2 cloves of garlic, I'm just going to smash that up, don't really need to chop it up, and a half red bell pepper. Now in a saucepan over a medium heat, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of olive oil, then add in all of the mirepoix ingredients and a big pinch of salt and some black pepper. And we're just going to cook that until it softens. Now while these are softening up, I'm going to grab 2 ears of corn and 1 small potato. This is going to be kind of like a corn chowder, and the potato is going to actually be part of like the chowder broth itself. Now I'm going to cover these with a small amount of olive oil. I have my little sprayer here that I pulled out of the pantry. I haven't used it in forever, but this thing's pretty cool. Then we're just going to salt and pepper it, making sure to season the cutting board and not the corn. I'm kidding. Now toss these into an air fryer at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for around 10 minutes, which happens to be a perfect time for today's sponsor.
I can't think of anything better than a great cup of coffee in the morning or afternoon. Sometimes I go to bed thinking about my coffee, I'll be honest. And today's sponsor, Trade, helps you make better coffee at home. It's a coffee subscription service that allows you to experience curated for you coffee delivered to your door when and how you want it. I've talked about my love of coffee a lot on this channel and on my Instagram stories and everywhere you can find me. I love coffee. And I've been using Trade now since 2019 and I love Trade coffee. Trade sources the best coffee across the country. They've built relationships with over 55 local roasters so you can enjoy their craft from the comfort of your home. With Trade, you get incredible quality coffee, and the best part is it's personalized to your taste. Trade maps your specific taste preferences to hundreds of different coffee flavor profiles. Their technology pairs you with the best coffees using art and science, marrying industry expertise and machine learning. It's really cool. So gang, head over to drinktrade.com/Saucestache or click the link in the description below and get a free bag of roasted to-order coffee with select subscription plans. You're gonna love it. Trade, thanks for sponsoring today's video and for always sending me incredible coffees.
Okay, we're back. Now, once all the veg is done, I'm gonna transfer that to a blender along with 1 block of firm tofu. Then we just need to pulse this together and then blend until smooth. The corn and the potato are all done. I'm gonna pull those out of the air fryer. I'm gonna set the corn aside to cool down. And I'm gonna chop the potato and add it to the blender along with 1 cup of veggie broth. Now I'm just gonna blend this on high until it's incredibly smooth. Now while that's blending, I'm gonna go back to the stove and instead of using that same saucepan, I'm gonna go a little bit bigger and go with my Dutch oven. I could have started with this. I'm gonna add in 1.5 cups of veggie broth, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and we're gonna bring that to a boil. Now the second protein star of the show is going to be tempeh. You don't usually see me use tempeh a whole lot because it's really not one of my favorite things, but I have found recently a few ways to cook it that I do actually like. I'm gonna slice the tempeh up really thin into really small strips. You can cube it or do whatever you want. Now we're gonna split this tempeh into 2. Half of it is gonna go into the simmering broth for about 10 minutes. The other half I'm gonna throw into a pan with a little bit of olive oil, some salt and pepper, and we're just gonna turn these into little kind of crouton-y kind of strips. Now while the broth is simmering, I'm gonna add some seasoning. We just need a little bit more salt and black pepper, about a half teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, 1/4 teaspoon turmeric, and a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano. Now after 10 minutes, we're gonna combine everything together. I'm gonna throw the mixture from the blender into the Dutch oven. We're gonna mix that up. Now we're gonna slice the corn off the ears, toss that into the broth, give it a good mix, let it sit over a low heat for just a moment, and this comes out to 3.5 servings at 400 calories a serving. Altogether, this entire pot is 98 grams of protein total. That is a load of protein. 28 grams of protein per serving. This is wild. Protein-packed corn and tempeh chowder. Top the bowls with just a little touch of olive oil, the tempeh croutons, then I'm just gonna tear up a little bit of parsley. Now, I've been kind of tasting this along the way so I can adjust for seasoning, but let's see what Monica has to say.
I love this. Yeah, this is delicious. So I love like the bisque feel to it.
Yep.
And then the fact that it has these little like corn pieces in it. Yeah, these are like little croutons.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what I was going for. like little protein-rich croutons.
But also like bacon.
Yeah, kind of. I just wanted something that was like not a meat replacement that had a ton of protein. So like, each one of these is close to 30 grams of protein per serving at 400 calories.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
It's savory, a little salty,
Yeah.
and smooth.
Yeah.
Love it.
Would you know that the base of this was tofu?
I have no idea. No, I didn't think that at all. I thought that this was just kind of like vegetables ground together, or like maybe some sort of like butternut squash or potato, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but it's,
There is a potato in here. One potato.
But
the potato, like the starch, is what kind of keeps it together for like the mouth feel. But other than that,
I wouldn't have known that there was any tofu though in this, which is awesome.
yeah, the tofu and the tempeh are the stars of the protein show. I actually added most of the tempeh to this, so we're getting more tempeh. So this might be a little over 32 grams of protein. But all in all, this is excellent. I mean,
Yeah, and we don't really ever eat tempeh. I know this was maybe one of your first attempts, and like this is awesome. So we should
Nice,
do more
baby.
of this.
I'm not a big tempeh person. I do think in the right light, you can really use it. Like in this scenario, this was really good. My original thought, like when I was writing this recipe, I was actually first gonna do a textured protein and make it like a chicken or just like a clam chowder kind of thing, you know? But then like as I was writing it, I was like, wow, I just didn't want it to be like overly processed. And I was like, well, how do I get it to be ultra clean, ultra healthy for you? And this is what I came up with.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I know. I like tempeh whenever we have it in the right way. Like sometimes it's not that great, but sometimes like I've had it and it's really good.
I know you like it more than me usually.
No, this is really good.
But there we go. This is dinner. And then there's also another serving and a half that's left over that, you know, we can have for lunch
You can
tomorrow.
split. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love that idea.
Yeah.
Thanks
Cool.
for making this.
Yeah, baby. Happy dinner.
Happy dinner. I can't wait to have more of this and to bring tempeh into our lives.
A little bit more tempeh.